The stage of The View is buzzing with anticipation. The lights are bright, the audience is electric, and in strides Charlize Theron, Academy Award winner, Hollywood icon, the woman who brought us Furiosa in Mad Max, Fury Road, and Aileen Wuornos in Monster. The crowd erupts in applause, their excitement palpable for this trailblazer of action and drama. Charlize, dressed in an elegant yet understated outfit, flashes her megawatt smile and settles into the guest chair opposite the panel. Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, Sarah Haynes, and Alyssa Farah Griffin. The air is warm, the vibe is lively, and Whoopi kicks things off, introducing Charlize as a powerhouse here to promote her latest project, The Old Guard 2. The conversation starts smoothly. Charlize shares stories about the grueling stunts in her new film, her passion for portraying strong, complex women shining through. The audience is eating it up, hanging on her every word. But if you've ever watched The View, you know the calm doesn't always last. And today, it's Joy Behar, known for her sharp tongue and unfiltered style, who's about to turn up the heat. Joy leans forward, her eyes glinting with curiosity, maybe a hint of mischief. "Charlize," she says, her tone playful but with an edge. "You've played these tough, badass women, but do you ever get tired of being the poster child for strong female leads?" It seems like a harmless question, but that slight smirk on Joy's face suggests something more pointed is coming. Charlize laughs it off with her signature charm, explaining how she loves roles that challenge stereotypes. The audience nods along, captivated by her poise. But beneath the surface, a subtle tension begins to simmer. The discussion shifts to Charlize's advocacy for women in Hollywood, a cause she's championed for decades. She speaks passionately about the need for more female-led stories, about the industry's slow progress. Sunny Hostin jumps in, praising Charlize's work in Bombshell, a film that tackled real-life stories of women confronting sexual harassment. It's a moment of unity, of shared purpose. But then, Joy Behar strikes again, her voice cutting through the warm atmosphere like a knife. "You talk a lot about empowerment, Charlize," she says, "but some say you've stayed quiet about certain controversies in your own career. Why not name names like that director you mentioned in 2019? The audience gasps softly. The mood shifts. Charlize's smile falters, her eyes narrowing as she processes the question. She responds carefully, referencing her Call Her Daddy podcast where she spoke about a disturbing encounter with a famous director who allegedly harassed her early in her career. "I don't want the story to be about him," Charlize says firmly. "It's about survivors taking back their power." Her words are measured, deliberate, but Joy isn't backing down. "Come on, Charlize," she presses, her tone now skeptical. "Isn't that a cop-out? People want accountability, not vague stories." The studio falls silent. The weight of Joy's challenge hangs in the air. Charlize's composure holds, but you can see the intensity in her eyes. She leans forward, her voice steady but sharp. "Joy, I've been clear. If anyone asks me directly, I'll be honest. But I'm not here to give you a tabloid headline." The audience murmurs. Some clap in support of Charlize's restraint. Others wait eagerly for Joy's next move. Joy, undeterred, doubles down. "I'm just saying, if you're all about empowerment, why not call out the big names? Isn't that what real change looks like?" The tension is now undeniable, crackling across the set. Whoopi tries to steer things back, suggesting they talk about The Old Guard 2's action sequences. But Joy waves her off, her focus locked on Charlize. The other co-hosts exchange uneasy glances. This interview is veering into dangerous territory. But Charlize isn't backing down either. "It's about creating space for women to tell their stories," she says, her South African accent sharpening. Without being reduced to a sound bite, the audience erupts in applause, but Joy's expression remains unyielding. Her lips pursed, ready for more. Then Joy pivots hard. She goes for Charlize's personal life, a move that feels deliberately inflammatory. "You've got this image of being untouchable, Charlize," she says. "But let's be real. Your past isn't spotless. You've had your own controversies, haven't you?" The insinuation is heavy, alluding to Charlize's complex history, including the tragic incident from her childhood when her mother killed her father in self-defense. The audience gasps, stunned by Joy's audacity. Charlize's face hardens, her eyes flashing with disbelief and anger. "Joy, you're crossing a line," she says, her voice low but cutting. "My past is my story to tell, not yours to exploit for ratings." Sarah Haynes tries to defuse the situation with a nervous laugh, suggesting a commercial break, but Charlize shakes her head, her gaze fixed on Joy. "No, let's address this now," she says, her tone commanding. Joy, unfazed, shrugs. "I'm just asking what everyone's thinking. You're a public figure, Charlize. People want the real you, not the polished version." The audience is split. Some boo Joy's persistence, others lean forward, drawn to the drama. The confrontation escalates. Charlize leans closer to Joy, her voice sharp and deliberate. "You want real? Here's real. I've spent my career fighting for respect. Not just for me, but for every woman who's been dismissed or silenced. And you think you can reduce that to gossip?" Her words land like punches. Joy, known for her quick comebacks, fires back. "Oh, please, Charlize. You're not above scrutiny. You can't hide behind your Oscar and expect a free pass." The audience gasps again, the energy electric. Whoopi tries to intervene, but Charlize raises a hand, silencing her. "I don't hide, Joy," she says. "I faced worse than you in boardrooms and on sets. But this is cheap." The word cheap echoes, and for a moment, Joy seems taken aback, her bravado faltering. But she recovers quickly, leaning back with a smirk. "You're acting like you're above this show, Charlize. If it's so beneath you, why are you here?" It's a direct challenge, implying Charlize is too lofty for the View's platform. Charlize's eyes blaze. She stands, her chair scraping against the floor. "I came here to talk about my work," she says, her voice steady but dripping with disdain. Not to be ambushed by someone who thinks provocation is journalism. The audience erupts. Some cheer her defiance. Others sit stunned. Joy opens her mouth to respond, but Charlize cuts her off. "I'm done here," she declares, removing her microphone and tossing it onto the table. The cameras follow as she strides off the set, every step radiating power. Whoopi mutters, "Well, that happened," as the show cuts to commercial. Backstage, producers scramble to manage the fallout, knowing this moment will dominate headlines. And it does. Social media explodes. Clips of the walk-off go viral, racking up millions of views. On X, hashtags like #Charlize versus Joy trend as users debate fiercely. Some praise Charlize's strength, others call her overly sensitive. Her team releases a statement.